الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين. أما بعد، اللهم علمنا وانفعنا وعلمتنا إنك أنت عليم حكيم. So we are still in this section, which is equations of lines and planes. We talked about the equation of lines and how it's related to the concept of the parallel vectors, and we said this is the vector equation of the line r of t equal r naught plus tv. But also we took another form of equation which is called parametric equations of the line. So we can describe a line by these equations, which we call them parametric equations. But keep in mind, if I want to identify a line, I need a point and a vector where the line in the direction of that vector v. Okay, so if you give me a vector v, okay, like this, and one point on the line, I can write this equation. Okay, but that vector should be in the direction of the line, or the line is parallel to the vector here. Okay, right. And then there is what we call the symmetric equation of the line. It's basically when you solve for t, each one of them, and you equate, you will get these guys here, which we call them the symmetric equation of a line. And then we said what would happen if one of the components of this vector v is 0, that we have this situation, similar like this one. And this is the equation of the segment line, which is the same, almost the same as the equation of the line, but except we restrict the t. And I showed you a way that if someone gave me 2 points and I want to find the segment line equation, I showed you a way and automatically t will be between 0 and 1. And we had questions and discussion about this one. So, and here I said what are the parametric equations, so I left this to you. And then we solved this example, and we solved this example, and we solved this also, this example here about the segment line, the last one. And then we talked about the distance from a point to a line in a space, and just this is kind of illustration, and we talked about where the distance formula came from. And this is the formula from the distance from point S to a line through P parallel to D, which is this one. And then we solve one question quickly about it. Now, we said the lines, we have 3 cases. Either they are parallel, or they intersect in a single point, or they are what we call skew lines, which is they are neither intersecting nor parallel. So this is just an example of how to find a point of intersection, and it was nice and easy. And then we stopped here at the planes. Okay, and basically, actually, we took these. We say the plane is determined by knowing a point, and we need to know the orientation of the plane. That orientation will be determined by a vector, which we call the normal vector. Keep in mind, normal vector is vector that is perpendicular to the plane. Perpendicular to the plane. So if I need a plane, I need to know a point, and I need to know a vector perpendicular to that plane. Without this vector, it will be difficult for us to determine a plane or to find the equation of the plane. So in order to find the equation of the plane, we select a point random like this, and then we had what we call vector equation of the plane, which is basically, since n normal is perpendicular to the plane, that means this n is perpendicular to this vector, So the dot product, we know that the perpendiculars mean dot product is equal to 0. So we have these, and we can open this P naught P by taking, the difference. So then, and components of n are these. So then the dot product will result this. Okay, and we can multiply a to each one of p and each one of them. So we get this linear equation. Okay, so the first one is called the scalar equation of the plane. The second one is called the linear equation of the plane. Usually, Shabab, we're gonna deal with the last one like this plane, so it's easy to tell. And the first one, in order to construct the equation of the plane, giving a point and the normal vector, we work out with this. Right. Now, just an example, we solve this. Find an equation of the plane through the point and perpendicular to the vector. This one, so he gave me everything. So I need just to substitute and get this one here. Right. I remember we stopped here. Okay. Now the question says this: find an equation of the plane containing the points P, Q, and R. So I need a plane containing these 3 points here. So how I work it out, Shabab? keep in mind, if a plane, meaning that I need a normal vector n, and I need a point on the plane. A point, I have 3. So one of them, I pick any one of them. But the problem is in the vector n. The problem is in the vector n. So how we solve it out? How we can work it out here, Shabab? Raise your hand if you know. Okay, let me find the equation of the plane containing the points P, Q, R, like this. So how I work it out? I said I need 1 point, which one of them will be the point. I need to find the vector n. How to find the vector n, the normal to the plane or perpendicular to the plane? What should I do? Shabab, can you hear me or not, Shabab?
Doctor, what about if I have a vector passing through the midpoint of the plane?
So you pick, what do you mean by midpoint? The point between these 3?
3 points, yes. Yes.
طيب, why you need midpoint?
It will be a standard vector, normal vector.
Normal vector meaning that this should be in the middle?
No, it's perpendicular to the plane.
But why you need midpoint then?
Because from the origin to the midpoint, the vector will be perpendicular to the plane.
So here is the question. How to find the vector perpendicular to this plane? So I don't need a midpoint, basically. If I have 3 points, Shabab, how to find a vector perpendicular to this plane? What should I do? Not the pinpoint, ya Abdullah. I will find Shabab.
الأوريجينال vector.
When you say origin, أنا ما أدري إيش تقصدون شباب origin. يعني you mean this. صح؟ Okay, so we need to find the standard vector of this, and let's say PR. Let's say this. I find these standard vectors. What is PQ? Shabab, can you see the writing here, Shabab, or not? I'm not sure if it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. طيب, PQ, Shabab. What is this vector PQ?
3 minus 1, 2.
2, minus 1, minus 3, minus 4, or 6 minus 2, which is 4. This is the vector. So PR, 5 minus 1, which is 4, 2 minus 3, which is negative 1, 0 minus 2, which is negative 2. So I have these two vectors. طيب. Then what? How to find n, Shabab? Keep in mind, n, the vector n, the perpendicular one. How to find? طيب. How to find a vector perpendicular to these two vectors? Cross, not that. The cross you mean. Cross product. I heard one of you said cross, yeah. So cross product, yes. I will take the cross product. That's it. I will take the cross product of these. So this will be I, J, K. And then let me list these vectors. So we have 2, negative 4, 4. And this will be 4, negative 1, negative 2. And then this will be, I take here, so we have 8 and negative plus 4, 12, the direction of I, minus negative 4, and then negative 16, so we have plus 20, J. And then here you have the direction of K, which means negative 2 and plus 16. Negative plus 16 كم يعطينا شباب؟ plus 14k. Okay. طيب بعدين next هذا normal vector. I need a point. So what I will pick? So pick point. زي ايش البوينت يا شباب مثلا؟ خلينا نقول P 1 3 2. And then what? Then I will write the equation of the plane. So the equation of the plane is, remember Shabab, it is a x minus x naught plus b y minus y naught plus c z minus z naught equal to 0. Okay, so we said a, b, c, those are the component of the vectors that we found them. So we have 12 x minus, I pick the x naught from the point, plus 20 y minus 3 plus 2, sorry, not 2, 14 z minus 2 equal to 0, and then you just solve this here. So we have 12x plus 20y plus 14z equal, yani, do the calculations here, okay, which is I wrote here the final answer. Actually, you need to divide by 2. And you see, notice here 6x 10y 7z, because you will divide this by 2. Let me just put it here. Because you see, I divide by 2, you get 6, divide by 2, you get 10, divide by 2, you get 7 here. And here, I'm sure here you get 100. I'm going to put here 100. When you divide by 2, you will get 50 here. Okay? Any question here, Shabab? So here the missing was the normal vector, and how to find the normal vector? We have to go back to the cross product. طيب. Now, also we can find the distance from a point to a plane. So let's assume I have point P1, and I want to find the distance from P1 to this to any plane. Okay. Let's say the plane has this linear equation ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. And keep in mind the d is the left side here. Okay, it's this. Okay, so in order to find the point, we draw a line. Okay, from P1 to the plane, but perpendicular to the plane. Okay, we draw a line like this. And when you say a plane, خلاص, keep in mind I know this plane has a normal vector, so we assume normal vector is like this. And you see, this is the red line, normal vector, because we're not sure. Maybe this normal vector will not reach P1, or it maybe after P1. Okay, yeah, we don't know the length of this normal, or let's say the length of this normal vector not necessarily is the same as the distance. We are not sure, huh? But let's say we draw it like this. For example, it did not reach the P1, somewhere here. Okay, so what we do, we draw a vector P1 here. P, this vector P, from P naught, we pick a point on the plane, known points, we know who is it, P naught, and we draw a vector from P naught to P1, okay? So P1, we know who is it, P naught, we know who is it, so hence we know who is this P, and we know the length, we can calculate everything. Now, if we take the projection of the vector P to this, if you take the projection of vector P to the normal vector, onto the normal vector, you will get exactly the vector here. That's from the plane to the P1. So what we do, this is the vector P when we calculate this. So what we do, we take the magnitude of the, actually it's the projection, but there is simplification that we need only the component. Okay, we took this in the section 12 point, in the inner product section, we took this, and the component is n dot v over n, and then we just substitute everything, because n, we know who is n. N is coming from here, Shabab. A, B, C. This is a component of normal vector. P, which is this one, we said we know who is B. So we multiply, divide here. Everything is nice here, and then we gather together x1, y1, z1 together, and this. But this will give you D, automatically D. Why? Because these are the points. Oh, sorry, they will give you, will give you negative D, because this P naught is on the plane. So when you substitute x naught, y naught, z naught, it will give you automatically negative D. So we put negative D here, and you get here plus D. So this is the formula of distance, a point from a point to any plane you want, So here is an example. He gave you a point, and he asked to find the distance from the point to the plane. So what you will do, ya shabab, just substitute in the formula. I will skip this one, because who is A, who is B, who is C, ya shabab? Mean that A will B will C here, when I want to substitute here.
2, 1, and 3.
to negative
-1.
1 negative 1 and 3. Very good يا محمد. طيب who is D? Raise your hand يا شباب. Who is D? Here you have to be careful. Who is D? Yes, عبد الله فيصل.
-7.
-7. Very good. -7. To be careful يا شباب. Huh? If you look at the formula of the plane when we construct all of these, D is in the left side here. Okay, so that means 7. You have to put it on the left side, so it's -7. So when I put D here, I put in -7. Okay, so be careful on this one. Right? This is the final answer. يعني it's just regular calculations. Just substitute and you will get it right away. طيب. Now the cases here of the plane, we have two possible cases for any two planes. Yes, Faisal, you want to say something?
دكتور الحين القانون هذا لأي plane to any point?
Yes.
The distance for any point.
Any point on the space to any plane you want.
Okay.
So you need to know who is the point. You just give me the equation of the plane. خلاص, automatically you can find the distance. خلاص? طيب. Okay. Good. Yeah, so we said that there are two cases for the planes. They are either parallel, but when you say two planes are parallel, يعني, how can determine this? If the normal vectors are parallel. يعني, remember, each plane has a normal vector. So if these normal vectors are parallel, then we say that the planes are parallel. Okay. The second thing that the lanes may intersect, but in this case, if the planes are intersecting, it will produce a line. The intersection point here, or intersection points, is not one point. Points is a line. In case of the intersection, you know that we're going to have an angle between them. For example, this one, if you see the curves here, we're going to have an angle, right? Certain angle like it. How we can measure, define this angle here? Okay, how we define this angle? Well, we say that the angle theta between two intersecting planes, M1 and M2, is the smaller angle between their normal lines, where theta is, let's say from 0 to pi/2. So if you have two planes intersecting, each plane, remember, it has a normal vector. So what you need to do, you take the angle between these normal vectors, because we know what does it mean, the angle between vectors, because we took it before. Okay, so this is really the precise definition. If I want to work with planes يا شباب, always I work with their normal vectors. عشان كده تعرفوا normal vectors is important. If you have a plane, you have to know what is its normal vector and you work with it. Okay, and look here, the intersection. What will happen here if they intersect? You will get a line. And here, if you look here, you will get a line. Okay, you will get a line like this. طيب. Now here are a set of questions. Find the parametric equation or parametric equations for the line of intersection of the planes and the planes this one. How we can do it? How we can do it يا شباب? Let me just go back here. You have two planes intersecting, and then I get a line. How to find this line of intersection here? What I need to do in order to find the line? Let's remember the lines. What kind of information I need in order to write a line? Yes, Sag'abi?
The vectors, the normal vectors.
No. What I need in order to write an equation of the line. ايش تحتاج عشان تكتب equation of the line؟
We need the slope and the point.
We need a point, بس السلوب ما عندنا slope 3 dimension. ايش بدل السلوب؟
The angle.
No, the vector. We need a vector. Vector parallel to the line. Okay? We need a vector parallel to the line and a point. احتاج معلومتين هذه. Okay? طيب. A point, let's leave it later. طب a vector. How to find a vector? Raise your hand يا شباب. How to find the vector parallel to the line. هذا هو اللاين. اللاين كذا جاي. هذا هو اللاين كذا. How to find the vector parallel to that line. أكيد له علاقة بالnormal lines. It must has a relation with these normal lines. طيب, I have these two normal lines. and look at the line يا شباب. Line, what is the relation between the line and these two normal lines يا شباب؟ Look at these normal lines. Maybe this clear to you. هذا هو الفيكتور ها. Here, this is the line. This is what we want to do. We want to find the equation of the line. انسوا الانجل يا شباب. انسوا الانجل. We don't need the angle. Huh? Forget about the angle. Now we have the line. We have these two normal vectors. Tell me what is the relation between this line and one of these normal vectors?
Perpendicular.
Yes, عبد الرحمن. Perpendicular. طيب حلو. Line is perpendicular to N1. Line is also perpendicular to N2. طيب. How to find a vector parallel to that line? Yes, Fahad and Hamid.
I was gonna say find the intersection point.
No, the point, leave it the point later, because the point is the easy one actually. I'm talking about the vector V. Right. Let me write here. In order to find the parametric equations of the line, we need a point and a vector parallel to the line. Okay, now the vector V. هذا الفيكتور V كيف أجيبه؟ طيب, now look يا شباب. I have two lines, two normal, normal N1 for the first plane, normal N2 for the second plane. طيب, if I took the cross product of these N1 and N2, what I will get? If I took the cross product of N1 and N2, what I will get?
A vector perpendicular to them.
Where is the direction of that vector? It will be to the right or to the left, right? In this particular sketch, it will be either to the right or the left. Is it the same direction of the line? Yes, it is the same direction of the line. That's the vector I'm looking for. That's the vector I'm looking for. So what I will do, I will take the cross product of N1 and N2. The result of this cross product will be a vector perpendicular to these N1 and N2, and that vector is in the direction of the line, of this line here, the line of intersection. So let me just go there, or not here actually, not here. So I am here, okay? So V is equal N1 cross N2. طيب, هذا vectors. All of these are vectors. So what is N1? N1, where I can get it? The normal vector of the plane number 1. يعني whenever you call one of these planes. Here, what is the vector number vector? Yes?
From the equation of the plane.
Yeah, give me على طول, give me بسرعة.
3 minus
Negative
6
minus 2. Very good.
minus
2. خلاص, I will do the other one. It seems you are really focused for the quiz. You are worried about the quiz. طيب. Now, so I will do it quickly. This will be I, J, K. طيب. So you have 3, negative 6, negative 2, 2, 1, negative 2, and then يعني you're gonna say here 12, negative 12 minus plus 2 in the direction of I, minus, so we have negative 6 minus plus 4 in the direction of J, plus negative 6, and then negative plus 4 in the direction of K. So here you're going to have minus 10 in the direction of I, and then here you have negative 2, so it's plus 2 in the direction of J, and then here you negative 2 in the direction of K. So we have these vectors. So we need a point. We need a point on the line. طيب, how to find a point on the line? خلاص, الحمد لله وجبنا البي. هذا هو البي. هذا البي. احتاج بوينت يا شباب. كيف اجيب بوينت؟ we need an intersection point and واحدة منها because there are infinitely many. We need one intersection point between the planes. عشان نسهل على نفسنا يا شباب حط ببالنا البلينز هذه 3x minus 6y minus 2z equals 3 وعندنا 2x plus y minus 2z equals to 2. Okay, so we have these two. احتاج point that satisfy here, that satisfy here. There are infinitely many. So we pick one of them. So to make it easy, we let y equals 0. يعني نختار مثلا يعني وممكن نحط x equals 0 ممكن نحط أي شيء شباب. So we let y equal to 0. Okay. يعني نختار البوينت اللي يكون ايش على the xz plane. For example, you can make it x equals 0 and solve it. You can make z equal to 0 على كيفك يا شباب. فلو if I put y equal to 0, what I will have? I will have 3x minus 2z equal to 3 and 2x minus 2z equals to 2. Okay, هذا system of equations. I have a system of equations. How to solve this system of equations? Well, if you subtract 3x minus 2, you get x. This you will get 0. And then you get x equals 1. طيب إذا جات x equals 1 كيف أجيب الزد يا شباب؟ I substitute one of them. So if I put here 1, the 2 will go. So you will have z equals 0. الآن عندي point. عندي point. So the point well, I will write it here in the new page. So a point is 1 0 0. هذا البوينت يا شباب موجود على البلين الأول وموجود على البلين رقم 2. موجودة هنا وهنا هذا البوينت. Okay, حصلت واحدة منها. Okay, so this is this way of finding intersection point. Maybe for you it's not clear or not say clear. Maybe we didn't do this before, but in the 3-dimensional space we just because we know intersect everywhere. So we pick one of them, which is y equal to 0. So that's why we have the point. But now a point is this: the vector is v equals which we found it here in this paper. In this paper, which is negative 10 in the direction of I, plus 2 in the direction of j, minus 2 in the direction of k. So what is the parametric equations of the line? Is x equal x naught, which is 1, minus 10t, and then y equal y naught, which is 0. Sorry, here will be plus, so we have 2t, and then z equal negative 2t. Okay, so we have where t is in all real numbers here. Okay, so I'll just label this to you. So we have these vectors here. This is another variation of vectors here. So we can for example, change t. Okay, I can change t to anything I want, but let me just check the normal vectors. Did we calculate it here? 3, negative 6, negative 2, 2, 1, and negative 2. So here we have 12. Okay, we have 12. So we have 14. Okay, sorry, Shabab, you didn't see it here. We have 14. Okay, because negative 6, negative 2, so we get plus 12. So we have 14 here. Okay, we have 14 here. And the k, so we have, when you delete this, so 3 times 1. Okay, I was rushing really. 3 times 1, which is 3, and then plus 12. Yeah, so we here 15. Yeah, 15, yeah. Okay, 15. So this is real, this is true. 14, 15. Okay, so I made just a quick mistake when I was solving this one. Right, now we are done with this one. Right. Find point of this section between the line, a plane, and the line. You are giving a line and we find the intersection point between the line and the plane. What should I do? The simplest way to do is let me do it. Substitute x equal 1 minus t, y equal 2 plus 3t, z equal 4 plus t in the plane. This is what we did before, yani usual way. So substitute there. So we have 2 times 1 minus t, but then x we put this one, plus y, which is 2 plus 3t, and then minus 2 times 4 plus t equals to negative 7. Okay, so now you have an equation in t. You solve this. You will get t equals something. Okay, definitely you get only one t. Okay, and then what, Shabab? Anyone, what should I do next?
Substitute the value of t in x1.
Substitute, yes, t in the parametric equation of the line. هيعطيك x نوت y نوت z نوت، وهذا هو البوينت اللي بيسألك عنه. He asks you for, okay? Because you will get a t naught, you will substitute in these, okay? And you will get the point x naught, y naught, z naught. This is the point that he asked you for. Right. And the point is giving here, يا شباب, okay? طيب. Next. Find an equation of the plane through the point and parallel to the plane this. We'll do this and then we'll stop. Okay, Shabab. Find the equation of the plane through the point and parallel to the plane. When you say find equation of the plane, حط بالي يحتاج معلومتين. Normal vector و point on the plane. The point of the lane عندي. Why? Because he told you that the point is 1 to negative 3. هذا البوينت في حقي. خلاص هذه عندي. هذه done. أعطاك إياها في السؤال. ناقص لي النورمال فيكتور. كيف أجيب النورمال فيكتور يا شباب؟ What is the normal vector that I can use here? يلا شباب. عبد العزيز.
Vector go out of the plane.
I need a vector normal to the plane, so I can write equation of the plane. Where I will get this normal vector? والله I don't care يا شباب. The quiz إن شاء الله last
The
10 minutes.
equation of the plane.
What plane?
3 and minus 1.
ممتاز. So we get the normal vector from the other plane. Okay? What is the normal vector of the other plane? 3, -1 and 4. فخلاص عندي normal vector لكن different point here. Okay? So you have you have a normal vector now, and you have a point. So you can write the equation here, which is 3 So the desired or the equation of the desired plane is 3 times x minus the point, which is 1, then minus 1 times, or minus, actually, again, it's not good to write this, y minus 2, and then we have plus 4 z minus the point 3, which becomes negative 3, equal to 0. Okay, so you have 3x minus y plus 4z equal something after you do these calculations here. Okay. So this is it, and this is what I found the left hand side. The right hand side, you just compute and you'll find it. Okay. You need to go back to this section, Shabab, because you are focused on the quiz, so that's why you're not getting it with me. Find the angle between two planes, Shabab. Actually, there is one question. How to find the angle between two planes? Okay. To find an angle between two planes, we need to find two normal vectors in one. So the best vector, normal vector, is 2, 1, negative 1. The second normal vector is 4, negative 2, and 1. Okay, so find the angle between N1 and N2. So remember that cosine theta is equal N1 dot N2 over the magnitude of N1 times the magnitude of N2. Okay, I will leave this to you. Okay, so and this is the final answer. You do these calculations and you will get the final answer. And then I just put some old exams here, but it seems I don't have time to solve them. So we'll leave it to you later. If you have a question, we can solve it together later. That's it for this lecture. And let me stop the recording. Yes, Abdulaziz.
The previous lecture, did you upload it, Doctor, on the stream?